Hello my angels and devils and all who may wander here. It is Amanda Christina. I am here with a tutorial. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I'm the first one to do this. I really don't know. I didn't go looking, but excuse me. If you know me, you know I love all things miniature. So I discovered a way, and if you saw my Valentine's videos, you would have seen that I made some little mini pockets to send to friends in Happy Mail. Now, I love, like, pockets, envelopes. I love these. These are super cute, they're super easy, and they're super economical. You can cut up a 6x6 sheet of paper and make 4 of these. Now, I was watching YouTube last night and come across a video based on a Blitsy tutorial on how to use the envelope punch board to make money envelopes. Can't believe I never thought of that. So I made this one. This was just out of a 6x6 piece. Just basically you make it like a normal envelope. You just fold it differently and cut it differently. So I also figured, well, I can make normal envelopes, surely. These are adorable. I can make these. So this is my current kick. I went on a kick of making mini envelopes. Now I'm on a kick of making mini money envelopes. I can't stop myself. I love these kind of things because they're good for friend mail. They're good to put in the back of pocket letters and things. And for someone who's on a budget, they are super economical. And as a bonus, I'm going to teach you how to make flowers with your leftovers. So I have 2 different sizes of paper here. This is Kaisercraft, which comes 6.5 by 6.5. So I cut this 3.25 by 3.25. This is regular 6x6. This is the stuff I got from my sister from the reject shop. It's thin and it's really good for making envelopes with. And it has been cut into 3" by 3 inches. Now, the reason I'm saying this is you're going to need 2 different measurements. So for the first type of envelope, or the first for the 3.25, you are going to need to put this at 3.25 on your. See if I can straighten this out and pull my table back so you don't get my belly in the shot as much. There we go. Okay, so you want it on 3.25. The usual punch. Someone's going to have to tell me if your envelope punch board starts going a bit funky. Do we have to replace it, or do we... Hang on. Just so I can see where the line is a bit better. I should have done it the other side. So we line that up. Punch! Just let me do that a couple of times to make sure I can see it. Just even if you're doing it a couple of times, just make sure you don't cut through the paper. Okay, punch. And punch and score. And I think I got that a little out of whack, maybe. Hang on. There, so that's better. I'll just... As you can see, I've had my punch board a while, and it has been used a lot, but it is starting to go a little wiggy. Now, I'm going to pop that to one side for a minute, and we're going to do 2 of this size. So again, we're going to 1 3/4. Punch and score. Turn. Like, if you've made an envelope, you know how to do this. Score. So you're not lining this up at the same spot every time. You're literally turning it and lining it up with the score mark you just made. Most people with a scoreboard know this, but just in case you didn't, and we've just got 1 more to go. Line it up with that score. Cut and score. Now I'm going to do the same with 2 of these, and I'm going to show you the 2 different envelopes you can make. That way you can see it out of both sizes. Now, for the 3x3, you want to line this up at 1 5/8. How do I know this? Trial and error. I wanted to see what the smallest envelope I could make on the regular punch board was, and this is the smallest one I have been able to manage to make. I've tried using smaller paper, I've tried, it doesn't work out well. So this is the smallest one I've been able to make. If you can find someone who's been able to make smaller, and yes, I have my eye on one of the mini envelope punch boards. Of course I do. I want one of those babies bad. Tim Holtz glass mat is top of my list though. Okay, so there's that one, and we'll just do this one more now. So this one we're doing at 1 5/8, which is this blip just before the 3/4. So if you've got the 3 1/4 inch paper, you're gonna do it at 3/4. If you've got the 3 by 3, you're gonna do it at 5/8 of an inch. 1 5/8 of an inch, sorry. So then we turn and do it on the scores. Oh, hang on. Just making sure that I haven't moved it in the wrong way then. Line it up. Turn. And all the world turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn. Okay, and I have kind of got that a little out of whack, but that can happen. Okay, so see all these lovely little bits we've got here? Pop those to one side. We're done with our scoreboard, so we can pop this back over here. Pop that off to the side. Now, we have 2 of each of these. So, to do your basic envelope, let's just pick one to do a basic envelope. So what I tend to do is just fold, fold, and fold up. But what I do is this is just a preference. It's not something you have to do, is I like to just chop that little bit off. Oh, and the other thing, because now I know where I want that is the top, you just come in and use your corner round. Use the round part of your punch. And the good thing about reusing all the little bits is this is literally all you are going to waste from your piece of paper. Because you can reuse everything, keep these little triangles, put them in a container, and one day when you're bored, grab them all out and make some mosaic paper, because it'll look really good. So now what I do is I've just got this little tape. This is just 3mm tape. You can use thicker tape. I just happen to have this handy, and this is good for the small ones because it's not too wide. I have been using 2 though, because sometimes it doesn't stick as well as you want it to. And then I just do that. Then I do a couple of bits. I do a couple of bits across the top like that. As I said, you can use wider tape. I'm just trying to use this up because I seem to have a glut of 3mm tape. I use the 1/4mm, and I have lots of it. I just don't want to open it, and I was like, well, I want to use this up first. So that is literally your small envelope from the 3-inch paper. Now, it depends on how you do it. Sometimes it'll come out more square. Sometimes it'll come out more, what's the word? Sometimes it will come out more square. Sometimes it will come out more rectangular, Amanda. That is the word. Okay. So then this one, again, I just like to, I don't know why, I just prefer not to have this little triangle there. That's just a preference. You do not have to get that ridiculous and get rid of it. That's just a look, cosmetic. It's purely cosmetic. And then again, so this is how you do a standard mini envelope. Then we are going to do the money type envelope. Now, I only learnt this last night, but I had to try it in miniature, and I love it. Anyone who knows me, as God lover Wendy always says about me in her videos when she gets something from me, she goes, Amanda Christina loves everything in miniature. And God help me, but I do. I absolutely do. I can't argue with that assessment because it is very 100% true. And then again, we just grab the scoreboard, pop this in, round off the end, and ta-da! So they're two slightly different sizes. These ones, for some reason, came out more square than rectangle, though, and it really, look, see, it really depends. Sometimes they come out more square, sometimes they come out more rectangle. It's just the luck of the draw sometimes. Now, with these ones, what you're going to do is you're going to put... Now, see how this comes over a bit? I'm just going to trim that. I've noticed sometimes with these, especially making them in miniature, that you sometimes get... Now, we just want to try and cut that relatively straight. I'm going to put some tape along the edge here. I love these. These, I can sit there, and the good thing about the envelope punch board is if you cut out all your paper, you can sit there, binge watch something, and literally just create, you know, 50 or 100 little envelopes or money things, and you've got a nice little stash that you can package up prettily and have ready for Happy Mail. Okay, so then we go down here and we chop the bottom. So we're just gonna... Now, in the actual tutorial, they add brads and things, but this is too small to fiddle with that, and honestly, not all little money envelopes have them. I have a die that does money envelopes. Don't ask me where it is, because it's run away at the moment, which makes me very sad. It's like my little... What's your die? What's it called? My little... Oh, cauldrons. My cauldrons die has sort of run away too at the moment. And that's it. That's that die. That's that, sorry, that little envelope. So let's just move these. Let's move all the rubbish to one side. La, la, la. So we can do this last one. So that's the money version in the same paper. Money envelope. And these are really good. These are really good for flip books too. Like you could put a little sequin mix or something in here, close it down, and have it with repositionable tape so the person can take it off. So now we do the pink one, which, as you can see, doesn't come to the edge, so I don't have to worry about trimming that. But I do need to trim this so it looks right. So we trim that. I have a pile of these ready to be stuck together and turned into envelopes that I sat during Mary Amber's last stream creating, about 30 odd of them. I did some in the bigger, and mostly I had stuff cut from when I was doing my Valentine's, and I just went on an envelope making kick. Do you ever get like that? Sometimes there's something that it's simple, it's easy, and suddenly you find yourself making, like, you know, heaps of the one thing. Because yeah, I do that too. Okay, so we do this. Where are we? We're at 12 minutes. So then, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a separate video for the flowers. That way this isn't going to be crazy long. And there you go. Oh, actually, it helps if I trim off. There we go. You need to trim that little bit to make it look right. But that is... I don't think I had... No, I don't. But, like, that is how you make different styles of envelopes. Of miniature envelopes in the envelope punch board. How easy, huh? Okay, so... No, we're here. Let's do it. So, as you can see, I have a heap of offcuts, but I have the ones we just did. So what I tend to do, okay, let's move all this out of my way, is I spread them out so I can see what I have. So that belongs in that pile, that belongs in that pile, that belongs over here. And the reason for this is I like to mix them up. I don't like them all to be the same. So if I have different ones, I can then just go, okay, that belongs there, that belongs there, that belongs there. I haven't got a huge variety out. It's just mostly the ones I just created. Okay, so now, oh, I forgot to bring, I have smaller circles as well. Here we go. I did bring a baby circle out. So I have two different size circles. I don't know where that punch is for me though at the moment. I'm pretty sure I punched these out. They look like something I would have punched out. So I'm just going to try and grab a few more of the bits, because the bigger circles do take a fair bit of the bits. So this is, just forgive me for a minute while I sort through and create a few more piles of stuff, just because it's nice to have a good variety to work with. That belongs with that. Interestingly, I've grabbed a lot of the same, not deliberately, it just, that's how they've come out of the container. If anyone remembers that hideous paper, it does make kind of cute envelopes and you can cover up a lot of the hideousness. I think that's literally just white. Oh no, I see a little pink on that. The horrible paper, the one I don't like. There's another plain, another... okay, so I think I have enough, or I should have close to enough to... like, some of them are one-offs, but that'll be okay. Okay, so now what you do is you grab your circle and you smear it with some glue. Then what you're going to do is you just pick the bits, and it depends on whether you want this bit sort of sticking out or you want this bit. Whatever way you do it is fine, it just gives you a different flower. So we'll do it this way first. So what I do is I aim for the middle, and then I just make sure they're around the same way each time. Huh, that one's not going to work. Okay, this might not work the way I was just thinking. Hang on. Ah, there we go. So then you're just going to come in and you're trying to touch it to the edge. You want to make sure you're not showing any of the cardstock. So that is the thing to really watch for, is that you're not showing off the cardstock in between. And these sort of make what I would call a... what would I call it? A sort of like a pinwheel flower. And I do add bling in the middle, but I forgot to bring some out. I'm so sorry. I am so hopeless today. I really am. So I am literally just going around this, and it takes about 8 to fill up this big one. I'm just trying to find different things that I have that to try and do. I try not to repeat the pattern unless I have to. What I will do is I will sit out with a big pile of these in front of me and just keep going. So that one, hang on. I'm trying to find one in the right direction. There we go. And then hopefully, no. See, that one's not going to, so what I do is I just sort of move this one over a bit, and then I just add a little extra glue in this spot into the center, and then I just pick one and add it in to just cover that last little spot, and you get this really gorgeous little sort of pinwheel flower. Now, that is literally stuff that you would normally throw away. See? And then just put a gem in the center, and you've got this gorgeous little flower. It's cost you virtually nothing. You could use recycled cereal boxes and stuff to punch out. This was a piece of cardstock that I had that I can't remember why, but I had little bits left over, so I just cut that out. This is literally from the tacos. This is a punch I got from Miri. So let's try it on the smaller version, because I've not tried that yet. I just thought, oh, this could be cute. Now, if you're smart, you glue it on the side with the tacos on it. That way it doesn't matter so much. So we're just going to add this in, and we're just going to keep adding in. I think we'll just do all different pink ones for now. And you just sort of want this to hit the center. So I'm not sure how many it'll give, but we'll give it a go. We'll try for different pinks, and then you kind of just it's moving a lot on me. That's just because the glue is so wet. So we're just trying to make sure you see those bits. So it might only need 6. So let's repeat the, oh, actually I've got this pink one here. Yeah, actually no, let's repeat the pattern just because of what I have out at the moment. So we're just going to repeat the pattern, the spot, and one more, and you get this itty bitty version of the pinwheel flower. So it just takes a couple less. So I gave some of these to Michelle Stratford in her challenge, and she loved them. She was like, oh wow, she's made little pinwheel flowers. Guess what? They were made from scraps from the envelope punch board. Now, that is pretty awesome. Now, let's see if I can get this baby up. Yep. Oops, you can hear things falling down beside me. Sorry about that. Okay, so what I'm going to end up doing is just playing with this a bit, adjusting it, making sure that it all sort of flows nicely, and there you go. You could add a bit extra in if you want to. I think I've gotten my, yeah, I think I got somewhere. I probably would add something else here. I don't know. Anyway, like I've gone wonky somewhere, obviously, as you can see. Yes, I see where I went wonky. Hang on, let me try this again. Shall we pull these off? We've put our flower, we've put everything on upside down, that's all. I get a bit too overexcited sometimes. Why is it when you're on camera you do all the dumb things, and then when you're not on camera, people can't see you do all the genius things? It's like, sheesh, Amanda. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now they're all facing in the right direction. So you get these really cute little pinwheel flowers. Now imagine a little bit of bling in the centre, and ta-da! So now I'm going to have a little giveaway because I feel like it, and because I like sending things. I like sending happy mail. I don't get much happy mail anymore, and I know how depressing that is. So I am going to put a code word in. Da, 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 da. If you use Pinweel, I will put you in the draw to win a little pack with some of my envelopes and some of my pinwheel flowers, which you can then use in your projects or to write little love notes in. So comment below and I will leave this open for a week, and silly me, forgot to draw the other one. Okay, I love you all. I'll talk to you soon. And remember, as always, you are incredible, you are amazing, and you matter. Also remember, if you comment below and you don't use the word pinwheel, you won't get entered into the draw. I'm sorry, I have to be kind of strict on that now that the channel's growing so much. Yes, and yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!